Da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. Oh yeah. For Shania Stapp, her grandfather was a ghost in the family history. Granddaddy's picture on the mantlepiece, a uniform, a ribbon, a shadow underneath. Mama said he fought in 2 different wars, came home with demons knocking at his door. 27 months in a prison camp, never really talked about the things he saw, man. Took his own life before I was born, just a name we carried, a flag that was torn. But I needed to know who he was, beyond the pain and the silence and the loss. A hero ain't just how a man falls down, it's the weight that he carried on that higher ground. From Chipyong-ni to Camp One's chains, 800 days of Korean rain. They tried to break him, but his blood runs in my veins. Now I'm bringing my granddaddy home again.
Yeah, Billings, Montana, Daisy Duke Saloon. Serving drinks, watching the afternoon, rolling slow when the van pulled up outside. Had purple heart names painted on the side. Lauren from Harvard, anthropologist mind, said we travel the country collecting the stories of gold star families, the pain and the glory. I walked up and asked her, barely found my voice, can you help me tell the world my grandfather was more than just the way he died, more than just the pain. I got a son who needs to know his great granddaddy's name.
Cause I needed to know who he was, beyond the pain and the silence and the loss. A hero ain't just how a man falls down, it's the weight that he carried on that higher ground. From Chipyong-ni to Camp One's chains, 800 days of Korean rain. They try to break him, but his blood runs in my veins. Now I'm bringing my granddaddy home again, yeah.
February 51, outnumber 5-1. The Indian heads held that line like a smoking gun. Chipyong-ni, they called the Gettysburg of the East. My granddaddy stood his ground before he was released. In the enemy hands, May 18th. They shipped him north to where the cold don't leave.
Camp One, listen, this ain't no regular cell. CIA files tell a story, man, the truth from hell. Segregation first, break the unity. Interrogation, digging deep into his humanity. Label reactionary, cause he wouldn't bend. Solitary confinement in the hole with no end. Cigarette burns on the skin for resistance. Standing at attention, forced to keep his distance. Medicine withheld, food was a tool. Cooperate with indoctrination or play the fool. Autobiography, self-criticism scripts. Trying to reprogram how his spirit ticks. 800 days of psychological war, and we wonder why he couldn't shake it after the war. They said he had demons, but now I understand. Demons were the men with a systematic plan. He survived the battle, survived the cage, but some wounds take generations to age. My son will know his great-granddaddy's name was written in sacrifice, written in flame. Now I know who he was, not just the pain, not just the loss. A hero ain't just how a man falls down, it's the weight that he carried on that higher ground. Chipyong-ni to Camp One's chains, 800 days of Korean rain. They try to break him, but his blood runs in these veins. And we're bringing our granddaddy home again.
His name is going on the van of Valor now, buried at Little Bighorn. But his story is finally coming home.
If you are a veteran, you know is struggling, dial 988. Then press 1 or text 838-255.